Okay, let me try and bring into sharp focus what my goal is here. Today, we are a very small company. One small computer store called CompuMatter. We have 3 people working here in the small town of Anacortes, Washington. My name is Jay. I'm the owner of this store, and I've been learning new things about technology every day for the last 40 years. Let me tell you about the project you're considering here. We have created a Linux small business server we intend to sell to the masses. Our server solution includes many of the world's proven and well-tested open source software programs. We have a handful of clients who have been using this server every day for years, including our own business. Now, one of the prerequisites when choosing each and every one of these open source programs is that they all use LDAP for their login credentials. This ensures we can add a user and provide them with permissions to only the applications we want them to access. It also ensures in the event an employee leaves a company, we can very quickly remove a user's ability to access any and all programs by simply changing their password. Now, Samba is, of course, at the root of all of that, and an extremely important part of the project. And this brings us to our first problem, the scalability problem of Samba. Our goal is to sell hundreds or thousands of these servers. If we have learned correctly, and I'm definitely not a Samba expert, when Samba is installed and configured using a domain name, that domain name cannot be changed because it is embedded in binary code within Samba as part of that setup process. Now, I'd be curious if you agree with that restriction. But if it is true, it means we cannot just create a server and rubber stamp the hard drives over and over again for subsequent servers. Samba would have to be installed uniquely for each one of those hundreds or thousands of servers. And that leads me to our next thirst for knowledge, a program called Ansible. This amazing program was brought to my attention by Daniel, who is a freelancer with freelancer.com. And thank you, Daniel, for that. To start off, I must say, I am an infant in the configuration and operation of Ansible, but I need to be an expert. I am imagining one of the possible solutions is to use Ansible to remotely install and configure Samba as well as many of our other open source programs. In my perfect world, I see Ansible being installed in my local virtual machine development environment and pushing commands via Ansible that would affect one or more remote servers as needed. Right now, I see 2 basic scenarios, a new server setup and updating existing servers. I'm sure over time that will get more complicated. In the future, another interesting solution will be to use our servers in an Amazon-hosted environment. If you have skills in that area, that would be of interest to me. However, it's not our current need. Today, our need is with the physical servers. So now you have a better understanding of our big picture. This will help you to guide us properly. We are not just trying to solve one problem with one server. We are looking for a scalable solution that involves many physical machines. And I should say, if it turns out that you're an expert in Samba, but not in Ansible, or in Ansible and not in Samba, we will consider that. We don't know if we can find the right person that's an expert in both. If you have expertise in both, it would be all the better. Now, something about your time zone where you live. Time zone will be important. I cannot always be sleeping while you're always awake, or vice versa. It's okay if we have 6 hours between us. However, it cannot be 12 hours difference, because normal communication has to exist between you and I. And if we lose that, that's going to prolong the project as a whole. So anyway, that's all I've got. Thank you for listening. I'm sure this is going to help you and help us. And thanks for taking the time for watching this video. I appreciate that. Bye-bye.